I love a good Polish.
Yeah.
His name is Stash.
It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
It is seriously hot. I'm warm. I'm breaking a sweat and I've already spilled on myself. So we're on Western Avenue today by the Red Hot Ranch. Mm-hmm. It's run by cowboys, as most ranches are. Here with Nathan from the Lucky Dutch. I love your band. I had you on a few weeks ago. You were generous enough to show up for my Taste of Chicago recording.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm talking to you, I'm listening to you play. You brought a guitar. I'm thinking, well, we just need to do something one-on-one. I wanted to have you, do your own thing here on Car Con Carne. So thanks for jumping in the front seat.
Thank you.
For hot dogs in Polish.
Yeah.
And you marveled at the way the hot dog is cradled in a bed of French fries and wrapped in the butcher paper.
Yeah, man. I haven't seen that in a really long time. It's like, now you go to hot dog places and it's like, really, really hoity-toity hot dogs. It's not just like straight up Chicago style hot dogs that are, you probably don't want to know what's in it. But.
Right. This place is so clearly old school. And these fries are going to burn the inside of my mouth.
Oh, yeah. It's like hot napalm.
It is. And in order to get to the hot dog, you have to fight your way through the fries. I have no fingerprints left. They've been seared off. All right, so let's talk about your band. This rootsy, bluesy, wonderful thing, the Lucky Dutch. When did you guys get together?
Claire and I got together. Claire's a lead singer and keyboard player. We got together maybe about 6 years ago. I got kicked out of a band because I didn't want to do rehearsals in the early wee hours of the morning. They wanted to start at 10 and end at like 2 a.m. So
wait. What do you consider the wee hours of the morning?
2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean that's especially like if I'm not at a gig, if I'm just at a rehearsal, which I love rehearsing, I love playing music, but I have been working all day and.
Yeah, I get it. Now, if you work in the service industry, if you're closing a bar or a restaurant, that's a perfect time to rehearse. But if you're holding down something 9 to 5-ish, that's murderous.
I was in college.
Even worse.
I had a 7 a.m. math class.
Oof, yeah, you need to be a little fresh for that.
I thought I was being really smart. I was like, I'll get this out of the way. I'll get my math class out of the way. Yeah, 7 a.m. math class, not a good idea. But so I wanted to start a band. And my idea was to be like Government Mule, like have really good riffs, but also really good lyrics. Because a lot of times, it's either one or the other. It's it's like really good riffs, kind of bad lyrics, really good lyrics, really bad riffs.
That is so true.
Like I love Led Zeppelin, but who knows if there's a bushel in your hedgerow? Who knows what the hell that means?
Come on, leave Zeppelin alone. Back off.
I know I love Zeppelin. I do. I really do. And I have tremendous respect for all those guys. But I wanted that, and she was finishing up a project that she wanted me to play guitar on. And we got together and recorded, and she was just like, well, this is awesome, and, we should play together a couple more times. And then I just called her one day. I was like, hey, I'm starting a band. You're the only member I have in mind right now. Do you want to start it? And she was like, yes, of course. So we went and, started looking for bandmates. And we've had more lineup personnel changes than Destiny's Child. So,
where, is it word of mouth? Is that how you find band members, or do you...
Yeah, a lot of them we found in college because we went to Columbia, so it was like everybody was wanting to be in a band and everything. So, I just started asking people.
I'm a Columbia alum.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I even taught there.
Awesome.
I taught radio there back in the 90s. I can't imagine how small those classes are now, or that department.
The radio department is super small.
I can only imagine.
It's probably got like maybe 200 people in it now, and I think the music department has 400.
All right.
I want to say right now. Yeah, it's pretty small. But then with the band, we just kind of kept plugging away, and I kind of like told my dad, I was like, this is the last band that I'm going to be in, that I'm going to start. So it's like,
So this was all or nothing.
Yeah, this was all or nothing.
Your Hail Mary.
Yeah. Because I had been in a lot of bands before then, and, traveled and got kicked out of bands, quit bands, stuff like that. So it was just like, I was kind of getting tired of starting over every time. Even at a young age, like at 21, when I started the band, I was like, I can't keep starting over.
You're like, if this doesn't work, that's it. I'm going to become a banker.
No, I was just gonna, I was either gonna keep plugging away with this band or just be a solo guy, just like grab an acoustic guitar and just travel the world and walk the earth like, be a troubadour. Walk the earth with my acoustic guitar.
So it came together.
It came together, yeah, finally.
And
Jesus Christ, it took a while.
So the latest album is Cadillac Coffin. I love your sound. It seems wholly appropriate coming from this city. And you told the story before, but you've played with so many people. You've experienced so much. At this point, 6 years into this band, which continues to gather momentum, what are some high points for you?
We had a few, man. Like
shows or interactions or moments.
We had, one of the shows that I was really proud of, and it was kind of weird because it was one of the things that almost broke us as a band, but also one of my favorite moments is we played a show at House of Blues. And that was the first time we ever played House of Blues, and we played the main hall. And they gave us these tickets, and they were like, you have to sell tickets. Like, okay. And we sold like 40 more than we were supposed to, and people came out, and it was a great show. Like I never felt more like a rock star than playing House of Blues and then standing on the little like garter rail and like play a guitar like like vertical sort of thing, But that was a really high point for us, and and then getting invited to South by Southwest. I mean, it was kind of funny. Me and my bass player Dave, we were sitting in the house and we were just like, we need to play South by Southwest. We want to play South by Southwest, and was
that an ego thing? Because I feel like South by Southwest is a crapshoot. There were so many showcases, so many people there. It's hard to know whether or not you're going to get into a good location at a good time.
Of course, yeah. It's not just an ego thing. It's more of like, it's one of those things where it's iconic.
Yeah.
And you want to be a part of it. You want to add your that's what we were talking about, adding your name to the conversation of rock music, or adding your of popular music. And that's sort of adding your name to the conversation of people who have been to South by Southwest. And we were fortunate to actually get really good showcases. Every showcase we had like a really good crowd, and right around like 4 or 5 o'clock in the day, that's right before everybody's too drunk to move.
So true.
So
they'll remember you if they see you at 4 or 5 o'clock.
Exactly.
1 a.m. forget it.
Yeah, at 1 a.m. you're screwed. And honestly, another high point was this album being on vinyl. Vinyl's really expensive right now.
And there are only a couple plants that still make it.
There's only a couple plants that still make it. And there's actually the place that we went through is called Pirates Press, and their plant is in the Czech Republic. So they can make the 180 gram vinyl. Because apparently it's illegal to press 180 gram vinyl in the US.
Illegal?
Apparently. That's what they told us.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just did that as a selling point. But they're based out of California. But that was a huge high point for us, is like getting that vinyl and putting on a needle, and it was just like, that's us. That's our song. So we celebrate the smallest victories, because you have to. Because if you don't, you'll be depressed.
Sorry. So what does the rest of 2016 look like for you? I know you've got a show later this month. I'm recording this July 31st. You have a show mid-August.
Right. We got touring a lot coming up. Actually, we're touring. We're going on tour on Tuesday. So we're going to the West Coast, doing all that. We're doing like a 2-week run or something like that, and then we've got some stuff for New Year's coming up, and we're actually starting to write a new album. We might be working with some pretty cool people by the end of the year.
Excellent.
I'm really excited. I got my fingers crossed. I'm trying not to jinx it. You talk about it too much, all of a sudden it's just like, it doesn't happen.
I agree.
But yeah.
And it's so hard to hold that stuff back.
Yeah, it is. Because it's like, when you're a musician, when you're any type of artist, and it's like something, really good comes along, you want to tell people like, see, look, all my hard work actually paid off. Look,
Exactly.
But then it's just like, wait a minute. I want to make sure the ink's dry first.
Exactly.
And then we'll go from there.
How was your dog, by the way?
It's pretty good. It's definitely a Chicago style dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. When he said everything, he was just like, "Do you want everything on it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." But wait, does that include ketchup? Because I'm not eating.
You got to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's celery salt on this though. I don't know if
There's no celery salt or a pickle,
True.
so that's a little upsetting. But other than that, it's fine.
The sport pepper might be the death of me, so I'm going to let that one go by the wayside. I love a good Polish.
Yeah.
His name is Stash.
No, our keyboard player, she was eating a hot dog last night. She put ketchup on it. And that was it. And I was glad. Really, she's from Michigan.
It's funny, when I go with my kids to a hot dog place, I'll order for my 10-year-old daughter, and she likes ketchup on her dog. And I always find myself almost apologizing. Like, I'll say, hot dog only ketchup, it's for my daughter.
Yeah.
It's for a kid, so it's okay.
Well, yeah, I feel like if you're under the age of 12, I'll give you till 12. You can order ketchup on your hot dog. But other than that, once you get past 13, once you get to the teen years, then you gotta figure it out.
I know you're a bike rider. Mm-hmm. You rode your bike to the last time I saw you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was downtown today. I was in the Loop, and there was a guy parked in the bike lane over by maybe Dearborn and Lake. Bike rider rode right up to the driver's passenger side door, yelled at him, "Hey, asshole, it's a bike lane. You shouldn't park here." Started screaming a bunch of profanities at the guy. He had 2 small children in the back seat. Mm-hmm. And the guy's like, "I have my kids in the car." And the bike rider was having none of it. He's like, "I don't give a shit. What if your kids were involved in blah, blah, blah?" It was a weird exchange. Like, yeah, the guy shouldn't be in there. Here's the good news. It's a Sunday. It was 9 o'clock in the morning and no one was downtown. But the being really hostile in front of small children made me super uncomfortable.
Well, of course, yeah. Because now you're not thinking about it. Well, so I drive and I ride my bike.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like, so I'm very, very sensitive to both.
Right.
Because it's like sometimes bikers do get hit and, people just not paying attention to them or whatever.
Right.
But also, it's like sometimes bikers take really bad chances, especially rolling up on somebody in their car.
Yeah.
Like that is a huge chance that you're taking.
I agree. An absolute stranger.
And it's like, you operate under the idea that this is still Chicago. We're still kind of the murder capital of the world right now. And it's just like, you don't know what that guy's standing there for. He could be standing there for anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that was a really, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have, and then yes, I've had to go around people in the bike lane or whatever. It's just like, you just, you treat it just like somebody who's driving and pulls an asshole move. It's like
you can glare at them.
Yeah, you glare at them, but you don't stop and yell at them and stuff
berate
like
them.
that. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, and for all we know, this guy driving was waiting for a handicapped relative to step out of a building who just couldn't make it. I mean, you just don't know.
Or was just waiting for somebody to yell at him so you could beat the hell out of him.
Exactly.
You have no idea.
I had a bad Saturday night. I'm just going to go to town on the next guy who gives me some mouth.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to sit in the bike lane and wait for some obnoxious biker to say something to me, and then I'm going to hit him. Have you ever seen this movie called Falling Down?
Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah, not since it came out.
Yeah. I love that movie because it's one of those things that's just like you don't know what type of day a person is.
It's totally true.
Yeah. It's kind of rough.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, man.
Like, do you have a genre you like?
I think my favorite movie, like if I only had to watch one movie for most of my life, I don't know if I could rest for the rest of my life, but I think it would be Shawshank Redemption.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
I just went to the theater and saw the Star Trek movie, which was fun. Also saw Batman: The Killing Joke in the theater.
Oh my God, I didn't see that yet.
It's a direct-to-DVD release, but they did one of those one-night-only Fathom events showings. Gotta say, it's kind of weird watching Batman and Batgirl get naked to do it.
Whoa, that happened?
That's a thing that happened. Batgirl,
was that in?
No.
Was that in? Was it animated?
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. R-rated Batman movie.
That's so weird.
I know. Batgirl unbuttoned her bat top, and you're led. And Batman grabbed her ass, and you're led to believe that he found the Batcave.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Well, what makes it weird is I took my 14-year-old son, and
oh my God,
we had to have the talk about what happens when one animated superhero really, really likes another animated superhero.
Yeah, or there's alcohol involved.
Mm-hmm. what happens next.
What happens next?
I'm one of those guys. I can't watch movies over and over again.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm wasting time. Like, if I'm going to be committing to 2 hours, I want to see something I haven't seen before.
That's true.
However, there are a couple that I could still watch if they're on and not complain. Escape from New York, for some reason, is one of those movies.
Yeah.
With Kurt Russell and
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's such a good movie.
and Isaac Hayes and Donald Pleasance. And
Yeah.
I could watch National Lampoon's Vacation pretty much any time it's on.
The original National
The
Lampoon's.
original.
Yeah. The new stuff is just madness. It's not even...
Agreed. But
Yeah.
that first one still makes me laugh out loud in at least 3 parts.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, I've got to watch something new. I get really antsy. I don't know if that's my age or what, but I get really impatient
Yeah.
if I have to sit through something I've seen before.
You were asking me, like, genres. So, I really like horror movies.
Me too.
Thrillers. Yeah. Oh, my God. I just saw this movie, Nerve. Have you seen that?
No.
Heard of it? It's got Emma Stone... Oh, not Emma Stone. I don't know, one of the Emmas. And Dave Franco in it.
Okay.
And it's like they're playing this game where people are like...
Oh, I
either
saw the
watcher
trailer
or
for that.
player.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
my God.
Pokemon Go taken to the extreme.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And it's kind of like, shows like the mob mentality of humans, and it was kind of funny. Like, I was it was from the directors of The Purge, I believe. And
Which, by the way, I love that whole trilogy.
The Purge.
Yes.
Yeah. It scares the hell out of me. Because I feel like it could actually happen.
Exactly. A lot of that dystopian stuff, like even going back to Escape from New York, a lot of that seems plausible enough.
Yeah. Well, it's like Red Hour from Star Trek. It's like they could do whatever the hell they wanted. For that, but they have a whole entire 12 hours or 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, could I do that? Could I kill somebody?
And Nerve looks great. I was in New York about a month or so ago by myself on business, and I had time to kill, so I took myself to see The Conjuring 2.
Oh my God.
Which, for seeing a movie like that by yourself, little anxiety-inducing.
Of course, especially because you're in a hotel.
Uh-huh.
You're not, nothing's familiar.
And I gotta say, it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, there were, lots of jump scares, but it was sufficiently creepy throughout. Lights Out looks good to me.
I want to go see that.
Oh my God.
So bad.
That's one of those trailers I watched that, it's one of those things where you watch it and you start nervously laughing out loud. Like,
Yeah. This is not that bad. Oh God. And then you go to turn off the lights and you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Click.
Uh-huh.
Oh God. Like that's your reaction to everything.
I'm glad you like horror. I find I'm watching horror by myself. I don't have anyone to watch horror with.
I mean, either.
Yeah,
My dad, he used to watch horror movies with me all the time, and he called me up one day. It was pretty funny. Like, right out of the blue, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he goes like, "I think I'm gonna be done watching horror movies." And I was
No.
like, "Why?" It's like, I don't know. Life's scary enough. I don't need that too.
Right.
And so he was, and that was just really funny that he felt the need to call me to be like, "Hey, I can't do this anymore with you."
All right, so are you done? Are you still working on your food?
I'm done.
Because here's the thing: you brought a guitar.
I did bring a guitar.
I don't think you travel without it.
You know what?
It's like an extra lid.
It is. It's even if I'm not traveling with it, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about there's a guitar somewhere that I need to be playing right now. And yeah, it's kind of a problem.
So is that basically all your downtime? You're just sitting somewhere at home and just
Either playing guitar or listening to records or something like that, or
surrounded by
Usually.
music,
Yeah.
immersed in music.
Yeah, usually it's there's usually not much that I do that doesn't involve music at some point. It's like the same thing when I'm like riding my bike or whatever. I'm always I've always got music on or something like that, trying to get inspiration from somewhere.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, you feel comfortable enough to play a song in the
Yeah.
backseat of my car?
Yeah, I could probably do that. You got to move this seat up though, because
Yeah. There are some logistics and some physics issues we need to overcome.
Exactly.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll pause this, and then you, Nathan, will perform live in the backseat of a Mazda 3.
All right.
This is a monumental moment in the history of the Lucky Dutch.
It is
A huge
It
step
really- actually
forward
really
in
is.
your career as an artist.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're going to hit pause. You're now tucked away in the backseat. It's a little uncomfortable. I realize that, and I'm sorry.
No, it's actually pretty okay.
All right.
all right.
And as we were setting up, I completely broke one of the 2 clamps I have. So I have to do some kind of super glue surgery when I get home tonight.
You got a pretty good rig going on right now though. It's good.
I've got it figured out for now, but this is not a long-term solution.
yeah.
This is totally like MacGyvering what I just did. All right, so Nathan, you were in the backseat of a Mazda 3. We're sitting on Western Avenue at lunchtime on a Sunday. The guys in the moped shop have already given us curious looks, but not curious enough that they actually asked what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because they're also pulling out like an odd amount of mopeds, like and just like leaving them right on the street. So it's kind of like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Nothing. Same. On your way then.
You're sitting in the backseat of a car. You have two microphones trained on you. I'm sitting in the front seat with headphones, holding a microphone. And it's just another day on Western Avenue, I guess.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's not the weirdest thing that's happened in a car on Western Avenue.
For sure. All right, so you're going to play a Lucky Dutch song. What are you going to play?
It's a song called Giving Up.
Giving Up. All right.
Yeah.
Any sound check needed, or are you just going to go right into it?
Let's get right into it.
All right, here we go. It's Car Con Carne.
Ain't got no time to stop moving. Said I've got no time to play nine. Got bills to pay and mouths to feed, and I don't see an end in sight. Well, now you don't even worry, no, now you don't even see. Slowing down right now just sounds like giving up to me. Say you're waiting for a sign, some master plan written in the sky. Waste all your money and all your time for a quick way out and a golden light. Well, now you don't even worry, no, now you don't even see. Slowing down right now just sounds like giving up to me. Nothing left is what you said. Got 1,000 voices in your head. Said you need your space, you need your time. Give me one more drink, give me one more line. Well, now you don't even worry, no, now you don't even see. Slowing down right now just sounds like giving up to me. Giving up to me. Well, now you don't even worry, no, now you don't even see. Slowing down right now just sounds like giving up to me.
Holy crap. That's the most. I'm not even embarrassed to say that's the most ferocious thing that's ever happened in the backseat of my car. That was awesome. And dude, you swing for the fences while performing in the backseat of a Mazda. I mean, you killed it.
Yeah, thank you.
You're amazing. All right, so for people who just heard that and whose jaws are scraping the ground, where do they find the Lucky Dutch?
LuckyDutch.com, Facebook. We're on Snapchat now, and also Instagram and Twitter. So all of the social medias or the social meds.
All right, Nathan, you sound amazing. Love your band. Thank you for hanging out on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.